All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Unleash Your Power. This is your host, Jeffrey Pinzon, and you guys need to stop whatever you guys are doing. If you guys are driving, make sure that you guys pull over, get a notepad, get a pen, a good pen that has good ink, because you guys are about to learn some valuable information. Today, we have a special guest that is going to bring some fire. A lot of people have been talking about jumping into the Airbnb business. Can you really make money in Airbnb? Today, we have an expert who has taken his business under 5 years from 0 properties, ladies and gentlemen, to over 300 properties under 5 years. So you want to make sure that you take copious notes and learn as much information, because today we're going to learn from an expert. Chris Thomas, a little bit about his background. He was broke, sleeping on his grandmama's couch on food stamps. So if this gentleman could do it, man, this is a proven fact that anybody can do it. Latinos, community, we all could come up. It's all about the mindset and how you go about it, perspective. However you look at things, perspective is going to drive your performance. So it's how you look at the situation. So Chris, man, my man, thank you for coming on board. Thank you for taking this time to share some information with us, my man. I'm lit up, man. Thank you.
Now they know. I'm telling you, Jeffrey Pinzon, this should have happened a long time ago.
That's right.
I know you told me you started the podcast in 2018. I should have been the genesis, man.
That's right.
Man, I should have been the genesis. I should have been the first one on this podcast. Hey, man, I'm super thrilled to be here. Your audience is about to get some just jam-packed information, not only on Airbnb and rental business. I'm talking about how to absolutely thrive in life, man, because that's really what we want to achieve, right? We want this autonomy. We want control of our lives. And guess what? This opportunity can be that vehicle for you. So, hey, man, I bet you have a ton of Q&A for me. So we're here to dive in, and we're going to make it happen. You guys fired up today? Let me get a heck yeah.
Man, heck yeah, man. I'm fired up. So real quick, man, from 0 through 300 properties under 5 years. Let's go back a little bit, man. Let's go back into when you were in middle school, high school. Who was Chris Thomas, man? Because how did you go from being broke, sleeping in your grandmama's couch, to now being a multi-millionaire? Like there's different distinctions right there that you go about. And what was your experience throughout the whole process?
Well, I got to tell you, man, I grew up, just a little background about myself. I grew up in East San Diego, North Park. And I grew up in a 2-bedroom with 13 people in it for 17 years. I never slept on a bed for like 14 years of my life. I never had no bed. I slept on the floor with all my cousins. It was bad. It was very dark. But I'm going to tell you something about myself. I remember being 8 years old, and I knew that I was going to be something great. It was just something in me that I saw in myself when I was a little guy, that I knew that I was going to achieve something great. It came to fruition at 15 years old. I started selling fake bus passes at bus stops. Look, they were selling bus passes for $75, right? But here's the part about that. They were a piece of paper with a metallic part on it, and I was a graffiti artist. I used to do graffiti, right? At that time when I was 15. And what I did, my entrepreneur thinking, I went to FedEx and I went to, Kinko's at the time. I don't think they're around anymore. Kinko's, right? You guys remember Kinko's?
I don't think I've seen Kinko's around anymore. Yeah.
The Kinko's, man. Remember Kinko's? Everybody's on the internet now. But I went out there and I printed sheets of bus passes, man, like hundreds of sheets of bus passes. And the best part about that is that my mom, she hung around with the gay community, right? So her best friend, where the Kinko's was in a gay community, and he would just print out sheets and sheets and sheets for me for free. He's like, Chris, I got the sheets for you. Come by the house. He would give them to me. I would have my little cousins color in the silver part, and I would sell those bus passes for $25. I was making like $8,000, sometimes $13,000 a month at 15 years old.
Wow.
15,000
at 15 years old.
Man, it was crazy. That was one of the peak months. During summertime was the best months. I had a cell phone at 15, the Sanyo, the Sprint flip phone. Remember that one back in the day? The first flip phone? Bro, I had that at 15. My mom got it in her name. My mom one day, bro, I remember we're on the bus and we're cruising, going past the San Diego Zoo. And, me and my mom, my mom was a drug addict, and, she chose men over me and things like that. It wasn't a good relationship for many years, for like 20 years of my life. But here's the part, Pinzon, is she looked me dead in my eyes, man. And my mom would always give sound advice, but didn't know she was giving it at the time. And I didn't understand it. She looked me in my eyes, bro, and she said, Chris, why are you going to school when you're making more than your teachers? What are they going to teach you about money? What are they going to teach you about success when you've already achieved it?
Mm.
And I was like, so you're saying I have to go? She's like, no, you don't have to go. I stopped going to school. I was bored as hell at 15 because I was making so much money, right? And, my whole thing was the ladies and, things like that. And, when you're bored, you find things to do. So I was in and out of juvenile institutions, at that time too, as I got wrapped up trying to be Mr. Cool Guy, right? With cool guys. And they all snitched on me, right? And it was all bad. So just a long story short, man, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 15. I know that's a elongated answer to a question, but I've been an entrepreneur since I was 15. I knew I was going to be a millionaire, Jeffrey. And ever since I was a kid, I knew that I was going to be something freaking incredible, man. I took care of my whole family. I paid all my family's bills, every month at 15 years old. We grew up on EBT, welfare. Hey, Jeffrey, the funny thing about this, check this out, bro. You ever been one of those seminars where they're talking about, that you go to the free ones? T. Harv Eker, he had this thing called the Millionaire Mindset. You ever been to that one?
I haven't, but I heard of it. Yeah.
All right, so check it out. There's a part in there, bro, where they're talking about, what did your family talk about money? I was like, what? I was confused. I was like, my family, we never had no goddamn money. So I didn't understand it. At 15, I didn't understand it. It was a trip. Wow. That's when I knew I came from a different spot. Everybody's like, oh, my family said to pay off your debts first and all this. I'm like, bro, my family didn't have no bread when I was like young. Until I came up and that was it, man. It was just a epiphany moment, man. It was crazy. But
so what were some qualities that you learned through the process, right, of being an entrepreneur, right, that you started taking into your business? Because again, you started making money, but then you were broke at some point, right? When you were sitting in your grandmama's couch, how was that like? And what did you have to tell your Chris Thomas to get out of that couch and freaking make it happen and stop feeding negativity into yourself, right?
Man, that's crazy you say that, bro, because that was absolutely true. When I it was, I remember, I started 2 startups. It didn't just happen overnight, guys. I started 2 startup companies, software companies. I'm a sales guy and a marketing guy, and I don't know how to sell software. And that starting those companies, left me, almost $70,000 in debt collectively, personal and professional. It was about almost $80,000 in debt. And I was on my grandma's couch, and envious of all these young dudes, bro, that were just like fucking doing it on the internet, man. I was like, damn, these dudes are doing it. So one day I just searched up, real estate, fastest way to get into real estate, how to get rich with real estate. I've always saw myself in real estate in some shape or form when I was young. And I touched this thing called Airbnb. I was like, wow, this was like early 2000 and what, 15. And I saw this thing called Airbnb and I saw these nerds just crushing it. I was like, wow, bro, if I can start a business in this, maybe I could be successful. I'm like, shit, just try it. My lady, has been down with me since day one, being broke, homeless, sleeping in cars. And she said, you know what? Screw that software company, close down the office, everything, because we're sleeping in the office, and then we get to my grandma's house because he left the office. It's like, just close down those companies and let's start something new. When you ask me that question of those negative thoughts and being vulnerable with your friends, man, I have 3 friends that have been down with me since nothing, bro. And you have some friends like that, you never turn your back to them.
Right.
Those are few and far between. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, facts.
I call my friends up, man. I was just like, oh man, it brings back so many memories. Oh, dude. I called my friends up and I said, you know what, guys? I'm tired of putting on this face. I'm broke. I can't even feed Christopher, man. It's bad, dude. It's really bad. My boy calls me up. He's like, hey, he's from Peru. He goes, hey, I was just waiting for you to tell me, bro. To tell me. He's like, I got you. You want to manage my Airbnb rental for me? I was like, what's that? Right. And dude was like, I'll let you manage it for $700 a month. Bro, I was like, can I get the money now? He's like, I got you, bro. Sent me $700. I managed his rental. I saw how much this dude was making, bro. I was like, oh my God. Dude was making like $4,000 a month in San Juan Capistrano, right next to the Mission, right? I don't know if you're Catholic, but right next to the mission, bro. And this was a prime location. I was like, dude, how much you making after all expenses and stuff? He's like, I'm making almost like $4,700. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. So my entrepreneur mind kicked in and was like, why don't I just pitch this same idea to investors, man?
Yes.
And that's how it came about, man. And to answer your question directly, man, I messaged over 500 people on LinkedIn manually. And for 48 hours straight, I pitched that same idea. My friend is making almost $4,700 in San Juan Capistrano. I noticed you're in Orange County. I know you're an investor. This is probably an opportunity you want to get in. I got rejected by hundreds of them. A couple of them were like, let's do it. Set up 43 rentals, 42 rentals in 24 days.
Wow.
And made 40 grand, almost 40 grand in 20. Imagine being broke, bro. Negative 11 cents in your bank account to almost 40,000, and then 20,000 every month in management fees overnight. Come on, bro. I was stoked. That's how it happened overnight.
That's beautiful, man. I want to touch on a couple of things that you said, man, because you talked about you had support from your lady, right? Your lady, you say that she's been down since day one. You had that support. You had that friend that was waiting for you, but it was just he was waiting for you to open up, right? Open up and like, dude, I'm struggling. I need help, right? When you open up, he's like, I got you, man. I got you covered. I think that's the power of being vulnerable. Sometimes the ego doesn't allow you. And I could relate to that, my man, because last year, dude, when COVID hit, I was broke. I had too much month at the end of my money, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's me, bro.
Yeah. So, but it's again that mindset that is like you sold yourself and you bet it on Chris Thomas, right? And how many people don't take that risk, right? Because they want to be on something that is going to be secure, right? But at the same time, it's not. You took the liberty of like, man, you know what? I'm gonna bet on Chris Thomas. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. You took that entrepreneurship mindset and you saw an opportunity and you just ran with it. So let's go back to right there, Chris. Like, what were some steps that you started applying? Because I've watched many of your videos, man. I started becoming a student of you, man, and I started watching a lot of the videos. You talk about there's different ways of generating business through Airbnb, right? And can you tell us a little bit of, so people that don't know what Airbnb is, can you tell us a little bit of what it is and what are some ways that you could generate business? Because I've seen your videos and you talk about different streams of income that you could generate business through Airbnb. And which one do you recommend somebody that could start? I know I'm throwing a lot of questions to you, my man, but bear with me, man.
It's good, man. It's good. You're excited. I'm excited. Hey, check it out. Look, babe, Benzon, that's what I want you to do. This snippet right here, I want you to put in the beginning of the podcast. So when you launch it, this is what I want you to put. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Look, man, the traditional real estate investor compared to an Airbnb real estate investor will crush you every single time. I'm going to tell you why. Look, number one, okay, you have to put thousands of dollars down on a property. You're fully responsible for three things. Look, termites, toilets, and tenants, right? And wear and tear. So you're responsible for four things. And look, let's really break it down. A traditional real estate investor, what is a traditional real estate investor? Pretty much you're investing in multifamily, single family residence, or commercial real estate. You're trying to accomplish three things when you're a traditional real estate investor. Appreciation, right? There's an exit point, cash flow in the middle. So you're getting a drip of money every single month, and depreciation for taxes. Those are the core three things that a real estate investor is trying to accomplish. It is the stupidest thing. Why? Because why don't you make the money right now, today? I don't want to get rich in 20 years, bro. I want to get rich today. I don't want to make my money back in 5 to 10 years. I want to get paid today. So if you're looking for a large exit point, you're looking for cash flow, and you're looking for tax benefits, why not start an Airbnb rental business? I'm going to tell you why. You don't have to worry about toilets, tenants, or termites. All the money that you're looking based on market conditions that you're trying to accomplish, you don't have to worry about because the deal's done in the data. So let's break down how to start an Airbnb rental business and why this makes way more sense. Say that we have $50,000, gang, to start a real estate investment portfolio. You're going to have one door. That door is probably going to make you $500 to $700 in a traditional space. With the Airbnb rental business, you can go out there and pick up 5 doors. Those 5 doors, just say those same, you can go pick up, because it costs about $3,500 to about $5,000 to actually start this business if you're starting on the rental arbitrage route. What does that mean? So your audience understand what that means. Rental arbitrage is pretty much you're leasing a property and then listing a property on Airbnb. Let me repeat myself. You're legally leasing a property under a corporation and then listing that property on Airbnb with the owner's permission. Okay. Subleasing is 100% legal. Okay. As long as you have the owner's permission. Okay. So look.
So you don't own, so these 300 properties that you have under your portfolio, Chris, you don't own any of them.
None.
Right?
347 rentals.
That's
None.
ridiculous. And how much are you making passive income? Very conservative on per unit, if you don't mind me asking.
Do they really want to know?
Heck yeah, man.
We're making about $747,000 a month cash flow.
Wow, 745,000 cash flow.
747 average.
747 average. Wow.
Yeah, every single month, man. I don't have to work. I don't have to put out content. I got to give it up to like Gary Vaynerchuk, man. The guy's making like 100 M's and he still puts out the amount of content. I got to give it up to him, man. I need a little bit of shoulder rub on him because it's hard, man. When you're making a lot of money, it's hard to give how do I say it? To put out content and to show. It's just tough when you're making a lot of money, man. So I commend people who do that. You know, I'm doing as much as I can, as fast as I can. So, yeah, so we're about 700K a month. Every single month we're doing. And, yeah, I do not own any of the properties, man.
So you talked about 3,500 per property. That's like having it furnished, everything, putting it, throwing it on Airbnb. Like, where are you getting these properties? Because I live in Irvine, my man. I live in California, and you can't find a property for $3,500 ready to go to put it on Airbnb. So how are you? Where are you getting these properties from?
Yeah, sure. Look, let me give you guys the formula to success with Airbnb rentals. Okay, here it is. Number one, it's about the research. Okay, you have to do the research. Okay, this is the things you're researching. Number one, the laws. Okay, in your city, short-term rental laws in your city. If it's not legal in your city, move on to the next city. I'm in San Diego. There's multiple cities within San Diego. You're in Orange County. There's multiple cities, multiple counties within Orange County. There's little cities, micro cities. There's Irvine. There's Santa Ana. There's, et cetera. Go to Orange, so you go down the list. Same thing here in San Diego. If it's not legal in Irvine, go to Orange, California, short-term rental, right? Because look, once this business is set up, it operates without you with the tools that I'm about to share with you today. I'm going to give you the exact formula on how to absolutely kick ass with short-term rentals. If you guys are jazzed up about it, let's go. This is how it's done. First, you do your research, okay, to make sure it's legal. If it's not legal in your city, move on to the next city, okay? Don't let that stop you. Number two is you need these tools called airdna.co and Mashvisor. That's airdna.co and Mashvisor. Guys, being an entrepreneur, this is what it's about. It's about filling demands. The job of an entrepreneur is to fill demands. That's why I failed with those startup companies, right? I was trying to create a demand, not fill one. These sites tell you what the guest is looking for. It tells you how much money you're going to make. It tells you exactly what's the occupancy rate. It tells you the exact area on where to target. That is crazy.
You can't fail.
You can't fail. That's why traditional real estate is terrible. I don't know why people do that. It just blows my mind. I had a guy right now tell me that I don't want to get into it. Look, it is the worst business model, gang. This is the new future. Either you like it or not. This is where the future are going. Large corporations are going to start doing business with large corporations like mine, right? They're going to get away from the tenant model, okay? The tenant model, look what just happened with evictions, right? People didn't pay rent for like 8 months. My auntie didn't pay rent for like 7 months. I was like, how did you not pay rent? Well, they just said we don't have to. I was like, okay. Anyways, look.
So how does that support with Airbnb business? Can they work without it? Like if they go have somebody, like let's just say you rent the property from myself, right? you're guaranteeing me that you're gonna pay me the rent. How are you gonna sell me? Like, let's just say that I'm the tenant. I mean, I'm the homeowner. I have a property. I have 100 properties that I have under my portfolio. How will you go about that?
Great question. That's my next part. Now, since you found that you did your research, you found the area that you want to target. You've done your research. Look, the deal's done in the data. Jeffrey Pinzon just did the layup. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shoot, man. Westbrook just laid it up to LeBron James, man. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
So you
Come
have
on, Chris Thomas. We're fired up, man.
I'm telling you, man, this is it, bro. Look, once you have that owner and there you have them, this is what you say. Instead of you dealing with 100 tenants, you deal with one tenant. That's me under my corporation, and I pay you that tab every single month. You're guaranteed the rents, whether somebody books my place or not. I will still pay you the rents regardless. I did during coronavirus, right? I'm going to pay you your rents every single month. You don't have to worry about 100 other people. And guess what else you don't have to worry about? You don't have to worry about wear and tear, that we're going to wreck the place. Insurance, you're covered 3 times the amount of how much a regular tenant would pay you, almost 5 times the amount. And guess what? The best part about this, we're going to leave your place in sellable condition. So when you're ready to make that exit point in your properties, they're going to be fully cleaned up and back in the position, if not better than how we found it. Right? So you're not dealing with 100 people. You're dealing with one person.
That's powerful.
Now, do you understand where the world is going? They're not going to be dealing with tenants. They're tired of it. Right? I'm telling you now, this is where the model is going. You know, it's happening slowly but surely. Okay. Once we have the landlord, we pitch them and they're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's do it. Now you sign the lease under a corporate lease and a subject to, okay, which means you're subject to sublease the property and put it on short-term rental sites. Add that addendum to that, right?
Okay.
Once we're there, we have the lease signed. Listen to me, gang. Everybody that's listening right now, this is the most important part. Jeffrey Pinzon asked the ultimate dynamite question. He said, Chris Thomas, I live in Irvine, my bro. How am I going to afford a property and get it all furnished and everything for $3,500? Well, it's all gas, no brakes. Let's go, man.
Let's go.
You only use, gang, listen to me, as an investor, you only use your money, your capital for the deposits and rents. I'm going to repeat myself. Only use your money, the actual capital you have on rents and deposits. Then you finance the furniture. You're leasing the property. Why would you buy furniture? You're not going to own the property, gang. You're leasing the property, so you have to go lease the furniture. There's a site called Cort, C-O-R-T. And guess what else just came out 2 months ago for this model? Amazon Business will finance you for 12 to 15 months on furniture. You can finance the entire place. And guess what? When you start making payments, they're going to allot you more money. So if they see you making payments and you pay it off, they start you off at like $8,000. Bad credit, no credit. Amazon will take that risk on a business, right?
So let me ask you there. Let me stop you right there because that's good.
Oh man, he's excited. Look at him.
You talk about leveraging debt, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
You're always talking about that. Why is that so important? Like right now, you drop some bombs right there, right? You don't own the appliances or anything, the furniture, because you're leasing it. Because again, you're renting the apartment. So why would you even buy it? Okay.
That's why this podcast is called Unleash Your Power, bro.
Let's go, baby. So let's talk about that. Huh? Why is it so important to leverage money? Because a lot of people will come, well, Chris, man, I don't have the money. I don't have the capital. I don't have the credit. Like, how am I going to get started? How am I going to get from 0 properties to 300 properties? Like, you already have the leverage. You already have the connections. I don't have anything.
Right. Look, I'm going to tell you something real quick that absolutely blows my mind, Pinzon. Listen to me, gang. If you are in the United States of America, listen to me. This is going to be the most important advice that your mentor, Chris Thomas, Jeffrey Pinzon, has ever told you. If you have over a 680 credit score, if you're making over $40,000 a year, and you can prove it through pay stubs, There are lenders out there right now that will lend you $35,000 to start your Airbnb rental business. Let me repeat myself. If you are making over $40,000, 680 credit score, and you can prove it through pay stubs, there are lenders right now that will lend you $35,000. This is the dumbest thing that I hear. Listen, I'm not going to call people dumb, but it's common sense, but it's not common practice. Like, I had to learn. It's common sense, but it's not common practice. Mm-hmm. Listen, my mentor, told me, Chris, I'm going to give you $100,000. You know what I asked him? What's the interest rate on that? He said, does it fucking matter? I'm going to give you $100,000 and I want you to go start a business that can make you $50,000 a month. Do you care what the interest rate is? No, that's the poor mindset. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't even come. If somebody's willing to hand you $35,000, that's only one lender. Imagine if you go to 3 lenders. You go, okay, here's the plan. This is what you do. I'm an advocate of debt. These lenders are called Upgrade. These lenders are called Marcus by Goldman Sachs, SoFi. If you have great credit, SoFi would give you $90,000 to start your business. I had a mentee started his business with $135,000, right? The dude's blowing it up. The dude went to go pick up 20 rentals in San Diego. Guess how much that mentee's making a month? $40K a month.
Wow.
He went from working a corporate job to go getting access to lenders. He had great credit. He had like a 740 credit score. He had an income of about $65,000 typical. And he went out there to SoFi and Upgrade or Marcus, and he got a loan for $35,000 through Marcus. And then he got a loan from SoFi for $90,000. Check this out. It gets even better. Why I love debt. He used that $125,000 to go pick up 20 rentals in San Diego. And where else did he go? Oh man, it blew my mind. Arizona in Scottsdale. Has 20 rentals. Those rentals are paying him $40,000 a month. He already paid back the loan. This is where it gets even better, gang. Listen to me, gang. This is why I love debt. His business is now generating $40,000 a month. Guess who wants to lend him money?
Everybody.
Business. Now he can get a business loan upwards to $500,000. Boom.
That's genius, man.
That's the power of mentorship. He never knew this. He was blind to it. He's like, I didn't know you could do this. Right? I'm an advocate of debt. I got rich off of debt, right? I started very small because I had no credit. I had a 480 credit score. Nobody was going to lend me money. So I had to build up my credit. I got my credit up. Then I leveraged debt. There's no way that I could have 347 rentals in the matter of 2.5 years and without leveraging debt. Okay. So that's pretty much where it started, man. I started with nothing. Then I built up my credit, used those small lenders, personal lenders. Then I transitioned into business lenders. And now I have the same bank at Chase, right? Denied me of credit cards in 2015, right? And the lady was rude about it, right? The same lady calls my phone 3.5 years later. Listen to this story, guys. And has offered me a credit line of guess how much?
How much?
Every single month. $700,000 plus credit line.
Wow.
Listen to me. You think I rejected it because of my ego, because what she did to me? Hell no.
Hell no.
You said this to me 3 years ago. You should have said it to me. I was broke.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, man. So that's pretty much the formula. Use debt, guys. If you have a good credit score, you're making some okay income, prove it. Start your business by leveraging other people's money, other people's experience, right? Like mine, like you listen to this podcast.
Absolutely. So, man, like Chris, you're dropping some fire, man. You talked about finding the place, how to find it. You provide us with some systems, their DNA, right? Match Visor, right?
Match Visor, MASH.
Mash Visor.
Mash Visor, MASH Visor.
Where you could look at the properties and see how much you could generate on a monthly basis. Man, like the blueprint is right there, right? You also talked about leveraging the debt. So now how do you structure a team, right? Because now regular house, you just put it for rent, people move in, they furnish the house because they're going to be living there, right? This model, you have to furnish it, you have to provide everything, you got to provide people that are going to be cleaning the properties. So how do you structure that team for somebody that's getting started? Do you recommend that they get everything in place at once? Or you know what, man, just find the property and then everything will fall in its place? What are the best practices and what are some failures that you experience in your process, in your journey?
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy, Benzone? Man, dude, you came prepared with the questions, man. I love that, bro. You came prepared. That's amazing, dude. I commend you for that, dude. Um,
I
so
want to
look,
learn, man.
yeah, man, you came with the great questions, man. Typically, I'm on these podcasts, they're like, they're great questions, but they're not like good, detailed questions that actually can benefit people can benefit from. So I love that. And you know why you answer good questions? Because you've been through the struggle.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, I can feel it in your heart, bro. You know, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's art, or, our thing,
Yeah,
but
man. I relate to you, my man. I know what it is to not have money, to freaking search for quarters under the bottom of the seats of your car, to freaking feed your kids. Like, it's part of the journey, man. And I think that's what makes us. And that's why I want to show people that, again, man, it's not about the process. The process is gonna build you, but again, if you ask for strength, you're gonna get problems, right? That's the only way that you're gonna
you
get
know that
better,
from me, man.
right? I got that from you, my man.
It's true.
If you ask for strength, like, how are you gonna get strong? You gotta get some pressure under you, right?
Yes.
Right. If you ask for wisdom, man, you gotta surround yourself with the right environment, right? The
Right.
right proximity, the right people that are gonna help you elevate your game. Like, I come from a Latino community. I'm Colombian, my man, and this was never talked about in my household,
Nope.
right? I had to learn this in the books and in wanting to learn, because as like you were, man, when I was a little kid, I knew that I was gonna be, I was destined for greatness, right? Because you have it, and now it's like part of like contributing. How can we make people better, man, and at the same time grow and leave this world better than we found it? So I
You know
love
what's
that
crazy
about you, my
about
man.
that? It comes down to people, man. Just being a good freaking person. It is now glorified to be an asshole, and I don't get it. I grew up around Latinos, black. Come on, man. Black and Latinos typically grow up with each other. Let's keep it 100, right? In our
That's
communities, it's only us, bro.
right. That's right.
Black and brown, 99. Either way we like it or not, that's the way it is, man.
Yeah.
So, but I'm half white, so so I have my brother's kid, yeah. So, but yeah, dude, it comes down to people, and building a team is crucial. Okay, when you're starting out the process, most people work full time if they're starting this business, or if they're starting as a side hustle. They don't have time to go clean the place. There's a site called take these notes down, guys. It's called Turnover B&B. We use them. You could reach out to people that work at hotels, or you can hire your own cleaning team and start a cleaning company. That's what we do now. We do not hire. This is just for beginners. It's you Turnover B&B is good, and what that is the cleaning service, and it automatically connects with your Airbnb's calendar,
Mm.
and it lets the cleaners know, ding, cleaning is ready. They send a cleaner to you. Boom. Okay. You can also hire cleaners from like Craigslist. The good old Craigslist is still hot. It's still good. I use Craigslist all the time. Still do. I don't. My team does. Or create your own cleaning company. Another tool you're going to need, super important. It's called Price Labs. It changes your pricing every single day to stay competitive in the market. And you're also going to need a team of people, communications team. And that's through like Guesty. There's other softwares out there that you can use, but Guesty is usually one of them. Or you can go on Fiverr.com and just type in Airbnb, and there's people on there that will manage your whole rental for you for 30 days for like $200 a month. And they'll manage all the communications with your guests. Let me tell you one thing about this business, man. You're going to be dealing with guests and people. There are cuckoo people out there, man.
Right.
That's part of the world. That's the world we live in. People, want things the way they want them. And that's cool. Hire somebody to be your guest services. Hire somebody to be your guest services person. Once you're making some good money, go out there and go hire a communications team. Okay. It's super important for that, because guests are going to drive you crazy, with communications. So that's the 3 core things. And that's pretty much it. And a maintenance person is good as well, because you're not going to be dealing with maintenance. The owner is responsible for the maintenance, but you're taking that off of him as well. That's a part of the pitch. You don't have to worry about maintenance or anything. We'll do everything completely hands off.
So
right?
on that, right there, Chris, do you look for a single residence, or do you look for apartment complexes where I know that apartment
Hell
complexes,
no.
they
Listen,
provide with all the maintenance and all that crap?
let me stop with that. Let me stop you. Dude, let me tell you why people fell in this business, Jeffrey. That's the main thing. I see these Airbnb gurus, man. I laugh at them. I got more rentals than them combined, you know, and it's true. They want to know the truth. I do. I have more rentals than each and every one of them combined, all collectively together. I'm the king. Why aren't I acknowledged for it? Give me my cred, man. So look, here's the thing of the king of Airbnb rentals. Look, do not go to a corporate building. Do not go to downtown Irvine and think they're going to let you in the building. Come on, guys. That's like going, come on, man. That's like you being a 3 and you going after a dime piece, man. It ain't going to work. She's going to say no. What are you doing? Are you drinking?
You're setting up yourself for failure, pretty much.
Right? Oh, she's like, oh, watch out, boy. You know, come on. Look, we have to build up the resume, right? Go out there with these single family homes and build up. And it's good to be with owners and landlords. You know why? Because these people are going to be your references. So when you're ready to go into those big buildings, you have a resume of 3 rentals and they're going to be like, who you were dealing with now? Can we call on them? Boom. They're going to call on them. You know, Mr. Penzon, you know, where we have a tenant right here. We have a future tenant as a corporate lease. What do you think of? Guy's great. Always pays his rent on time. My place looks clean. He sends me pictures every 3 months. All these good things that you're doing that I set you up for to make sure you build up that resume. So when you're ready to go in those institutional buildings, because that's where the growth is, right? Once you get into that building, you can go 1 to 20 rentals like that. Not even kidding. Right? That's what I did. Right?
Yeah. And that's where the leverage is at. I have a good mentor of mine, Hector Padilla, and he always talks about that, right? And he used to be in real estate, selling real estate, right? And he transitioned his business. He's the same thing that you touched on right now. He's like, I'd rather, instead of me closing 200 deals to make $1 million, I'd rather close 1 deal that will make me $1 million. Right?
He's right. Dude, what's his name? Hector Padilla.
Hector Padilla. He owns over 100 million in real estate right now. He has a big portfolio. So somebody that I'll connect you with. Phenomenal guy. And he talks about that. He's like, it's about working. You got to have that time and freedom, right? And if you're closing 200 deals, you got to deal with 200 different personalities.
Let me touch on something, Penzon. It's super important that you just touched on. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm an advocate of being I want to get rich quick. I'm sorry. I don't want to wait to get rich. I did the whole broke ass thing for in 2013, from 2010 to do. I'm good. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to wait 5 to 10 years. I don't want to learn myself. Listen, gang, if there's anything throughout this whole podcast that you are going to learn today from me, is you are going to pay either way. Either you're going to pay through your time, your sweat equity, or you could pay somebody that's already been there to get there that much more faster. I guarantee that you ask anybody right now that's successful, why would you take the stairs when you could take the elevator?
That's right.
Why do this whole learning curve thing when you can go straight there? They say success is supposed to look like this. No, it doesn't have to. I want my success today. And the way to get there, the secret to success is finding somebody who's already what? Penzon.
He's already done it. He's already in your shoe. Vet a mentor.
He knows.
Yeah.
There's your guy. He knows. He's not dumb. Right? He knows the way that I'm going to get rich is to be in the proximity of somebody who's already successful. I don't know if you follow that core, but follow that creed, but because here's the thing with, our community is that we take advice from, Uncle Gerald, or we take advice from, Theo Esteban that has never accomplished a business, but we're asking him for business advice.
Yeah.
Right. And we're asking a person who's single how to be married.
Yeah.
And then we run with that. Like, that's what we have to do. We have to go get a job. We have to do great. No. Yeah. The way to get rich, the way to get successful is to find somebody who's already achieved it. So your success is like this, not this.
Yeah. You cut your time in half, man. And I think that's what we're trying to do with this podcast to support other people on how they could cut their time in half, right? Because you provided the whole system. The blueprint is right here, man, on how they could start building their Airbnb business and start creating that time and freedom and location, man. And yeah, when you associate yourself with the right people, man, this is a saying that I'm sure you've heard it, man. If you hang around 5 broke people, within time, you're going to be that number 6. Right. If you hang around 6 wealthy people, within time, you're going to be that number 6. Right. It's like if I'm hanging around a barbershop long enough, I'm gonna get a haircut. Somebody's gonna cut my hair.
Man, I need one, man. Man, I need a cut, man. You
I
looking
got
fresh,
paid yesterday, man.
bro.
I'm like, man, I'm trying to look fresh.
Look, you know, that's crazy that you follow that philosophy, man. Great minds. How old are you, Benzone? How old are you?
I'm 34, my man.
Oh, well, you're my age. Cool.
Yeah.
Man, that's great, man. And Latino, man. I love seeing this, man. You know, look, you're exactly right. Look, the way to attract that wealth into your life, the way that I had to learn very quickly is I learned that the people who are successful or that we see as successful are putting out content, are teachers. You know, I had to become a teacher to eventually associate with these people. What's about to happen in the next couple months, people are going to know my name everywhere.
That's right.
Everywhere they're about to know. You know, I want everybody to recognize right now that during this podcast on, you know, Unleash Your Power, where you might see me with, I don't even know how many followers. I think I have like 10,000 followers on Instagram, and I have a little bit of followers on my YouTube and all that stuff. I want you guys to remember this moment, you know, that you guys are, everybody in the world is going to know who I am. And you know why I learned that? Because I became the teacher and I started hanging around with other teachers who are absolutely crushing it. I just paid a guy $250,000 to mentor me on this whole, you know, internet thing. You know, the guy built $100 million online company. That's proximity. Why would I want to wait years? I don't want to wait, right? I want to be around the successful people online. I want to be around the other successful Airbnb mentors, you know, Airbnb people. Now, there's only one competitor that I have. It's called Sonder. That's my only competitor, right? And they have 5,000 rentals, I believe, 8,000 rentals. You know, I'm not that far away and I'm going to get there. And they know that I'm going to pass them up. I see them viewing my stuff. I see the founder viewing my stuff on LinkedIn. I see him. He knows I'm coming, right? It's coming. And this is it. And this is part of the journey, man.
So you said that now you're the mentor, you're the teacher. So do you have a platform where now you're mentoring all these people that want to get into Airbnb?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I took pretty much 8 months out of my life last year to put together an 18-hour course.
Wow.
Okay. And I have a team of 27 people now, and I'm hiring more people because my online training program just blew up. I didn't expect it to. Literally, I create this program called the Short-Term Rental Academy. I'll give Jeffrey all the work notes so you guys get on that. I put together a free training. You guys can take the free training where I show you step by step how to start and scale an Airbnb rental business just like mine. If you don't want to scale an Airbnb rental business just like mine, and you want a couple G's in your pocket to have fun with your family, hey, do it, right? But it's called the Short-Term Rental Academy. And literally, I launched the Short-Term Rental Academy in December of last year, and it just blew up, and I didn't expect it to, right? And I had to hire people. So we have the support for people. We actually take people, individual people like yourself, and we plan it out step by step in the areas we need to focus on, how much money you can make, what's the ultimate goal, and we hold you accountable when you take this academy. So it's like college. You know, we have individual one-on-one mentors showing you how to achieve with this. Where are you at this week? And if we find out that, you know, maybe you're not on the track, we just move on, you know, but yeah, I have a full-blown training program. It's the Short-Term Rental Academy, the stracademy.com. And they can check that out. And yeah.
Awesome, man. We're gonna make sure that we put those links on the video so everybody could get a chance to make sure that, man, if you want to learn this business, why not learn from the king, man, from the best one that's doing it out there, man. Right. So you're gonna cut your time in half. So tell us, Chris, like, what are some stories of setbacks that you encountered through this whole process, man? Because it wasn't all rainbows and right. So share with us, what were some setbacks and how did you go about like moving forward? And what did you learn?
The number one thing was mindset. You know, I had to get out of that envy state. You know, first thing is mindset. I just had this ego, man. You know, I just think it's, you know, the way we grew up, we're like chingon, you know, we have to freaking, we have to have that pride, you know, and I had to let go of that. So that's one of the biggest things I had to let go is I had to, for me to change, for things to change, I had to change. So that's number one. Physically in the business, financial, I did not have the capital. I did not have the credit to do this business. So I started with nothing, right? Another thing is that I failed to do the research in a particular building that I went into, and I just went off the wind because it was in a promising area up in zone. And I failed to do the research, bro. And this part of the building was a low income area, because buildings get a check every month for having low income people in there. And then my rentals were in a low income area. I grew up in low income. I know how we act. We don't know how to act. We act a fool. And it was just, I'm getting guest complaints all the time. There was buds, people were smoking weed and knocking on the door late at night. It was all bad. But the benefit is that I talked to the leasing company. I was like, hey, this ain't going to work. I'm in a low income area. So they actually put me in the other side of the building and we started to thrive. So just make sure you do your research. That's one thing I failed at. Another thing I failed at is, and I didn't understand this. This is just a couple of years ago, was access to debt. I didn't understand that you can use debt to grow this business. You have to use debt to grow in life, right? So that's one of another failures is I didn't understand debt. That was a big one. The biggest one, I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna cut it to you straight, gang. Listen to me. The biggest reason why I failed in all my businesses and all my things is because I tried to figure it out myself. Our learning curve is only right here, right? We need people to show us things. LeBron James, right? Vicente Fernandez, the people that we admire, right? The people that we admire, the Kobe Bryants, the Wayne Gretzky's, these giants, Beyonce's, whatever, these people that we admire, they all have coaches. They all have coaches. We go to a grocery store. We ask where something is in the grocery store. We have Google Maps. They're giving us a direction and destination. But we don't use that with our lives. Strange. Have to have somebody show you how to achieve these things for you to achieve these things, right? You have to have some structure. We all need it. I need it. You need it. So I failed to find a mentor in the beginning. I thought I could figure it out until I found this dude in Europe. He had, how many rentals did he have at the time? In the UK, I think he had like 400 rentals in the UK. Super market. And I found him off of LinkedIn. I said, hey man, I'm here in the US. I'm managing 40 doors. I want to blow this thing up quickly. How much do I have to pay you? I'll pay you for your time. He's like, yeah, it's $75,000. I thought he was going to rob me, bro. I paid him about $80,000+ in euros. And the guy showed me just where I'm at. He's expedited the process, like literally, like boom, like it would have took me 3 years of what took me 3 months to learn. Listen to me, 3 months, 3 years. You're gonna have to pay the price. So those are
what price do you want to pay, right?
Yeah. During the coronavirus, where it was bad too. It was bad, but our insurance paid us for loss of wages. So we really didn't lose any money off the rentals. So our insurance paid us. So those are some setbacks. Another question I get asked a lot is, does travel stop this business? Domestic travel hasn't stopped.
I was just going to ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah. Domestic travel hasn't stopped. People are still traveling. People want Airbnb rather than a hotel. They don't want to be in other people's place. And people are tired of getting treated like shit. They go to these hotels and people act like it's an inconvenience to serve them.
Right.
This life is about the people. And if you don't serve the people, guess where you're going to be? Without the people.
Right. So let me ask you on that. Like, what are some things that set you apart from all these other Airbnb people that are doing it, these companies that are doing? How do you set yourself apart and you give that client that ultimate experience of them staying in your location?
Great question. Man, that was a great question. Communication, constant communication, extra on everything, extra towels, extra linens, the smell of the place, the concierge service, reaching out to them. Hey, what can we do for you? Do you need a ride somewhere? Do you need where would you like? You want a local hotspot? You want everything in detail. How would you want to be treated? Here's some local eateries. San Diego, taco shops, huge, right? Here's the best tacos to get birria. You can get birria tacos at this place, or just local hidden jewels that we get reviewed. And every review says that. Every review says that. Every single review says the accommodation felt like I was at the Ritz-Carlton, 5-star review. Like the smell of the pillows, the smell of the linens, everything, the extra towels, the chocolate on the pillows, the special occasion. We knew it was an anniversary. Did we ask to put bubbly? Did we ask to put roses? No, we just put it there, right? A row of roses for them. Everything's done without them even asking for it.
And that's how you create those raving fans, man, that they leave those badass reviews and they continue coming back. They tell their friends, their family, man, go ahead and rent from this person.
That's crazy you say that, because most of our people come back, either it's booked, they always, I would say 99.9%, the guests always come back to my places every time. You know, I have the best team, I have the best concierge services, and my philosophy in signature stays is called, you know, doing without asking. Penzone, did you ask me to send you messages on Instagram? Penzone, did you ask me to say, let's get fired up for this podcast?
Nope.
Did I just do it?
Yep.
Doing without. If you follow that creed for your family, for your mom, your dad, your mom and your dad are still with us?
Yes.
Okay. Doing without. Are you paying their bills?
Yes.
Or you're paying all their stuff?
Not everything.
You're paying everything.
Not everything.
But that's your plan. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Did they ask you to do that?
No.
Boom. There's an example. Doing without. You know how much they appreciate that more. Because if we expect it, the feeling's not there.
Yeah.
But if we do it, you know, you go to your wife, you do something without her asking. I know you do that, bro.
Yeah.
I know you have a beautiful family. I know you do without. And that's the experience that we give at Signature Stays. We do exactly that. We do without the guest asking. I do for my team without asking. December, keep this a secret. Hopefully they're not listening. I'm about to pay all their rent. My entire maids, all their rent.
Beautiful.
We ask them, what are your bills every single month? Secretly. Right? I had my staff member ask them, hey, what are your bills every month? How much is your rent? Just to ask them. They don't know what's about to happen. They don't know. I got a team of over 100 cleaners. Imagine the tab on that. That's going to cost me probably $400,000. Do you think I care? No, they're going to remember that for the rest of their life, bro.
Yeah. And again, man, you're providing them something, an experience that they're, like you said, they're gonna remember for the rest of their lives. That's something priceless. It's not about you paying the rent. It's about, again, doing it without asking. You're doing it without asking. That's the gift right there. That's the priceless moment right there.
And not just that, man. Let me touch on something real quickly. Even with my mentees, if somebody's giving me I come from the hood, man. And if I'm giving my money to somebody and somebody to mentor me, I expect them to follow through. There are so many of these online clowns that I see that take people's damn money and don't show them nothing. And say, just figure it out online. That's crazy, bro. I can't, it's not in my heart. I can't do that. Somebody's about to give me their bread.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a lot of people like that, man. And then you don't even know who to, just because they have a social presence doesn't mean that they're going to teach you the blueprint, right? It doesn't mean. And I've encountered a lot of people like that have the social presence, but at the end of the day, it's what's in it for them. It's not what's in it for how can they contribute. It's
for la gente, bro. They're not down with the people. You know why? Because they're Chuck E. Cheese, bro.
Yeah.
They're Chuck E. Cheese. They're not playground, bro. Me and you and I, bro, we're playground, bro.
Right.
We're sandbox, bro. Those are Chuck E. Cheese kids, bro. You know the difference, bro.
Absolutely.
We're not Chuck E. Cheese children, bro. We're freaking playground children. We're in the sandbox, bro.
Facts, man.
You know?
So
care for people, man.
Yeah, that's right, man. Couple last questions, Chris. So before we started this podcast, you were touching on that you were going into Mexico. Is this something that you recommend? Like, let's just say that I'm in Irvine. Do you recommend I go into out of states, out of the country, or do I start local?
Great question. Wow, that's a tricky one. Tricky one, bro. You know what, dude? That's a really good. Oh man, I wasn't prepared for that one. Hey man, you know what? Look, okay. This is what I recommend. Okay. I recommend starting with one local and then moving on to other areas. because that's my biggest, thing is all my business is out of, mostly out of California. This shit's expensive here, bro. And the laws are getting
Same,
crazy, bro.
man.
The laws are getting nuts here. I'm just like, damn, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Arizona's popping. Arizona stays booked, bro. If there's one thing at this whole conversation, guys, if you're listening, Arizona's good. Scottsdale is amazing. Okay. Scottsdale, Phoenix is amazing. Colorado's good as well. Texas, Austin, Dallas, they're super good. And
What
the
about
laws,
Miami?
hell no, not Miami. No, don't go to my, don't listen to Pin Zone.
No?
It's regulated. It's regulated.
Okay.
Regulated.
Okay.
It's regulated.
Good
Trust
to
me.
know.
Yeah, I know it sounds cool, but
Yeah.
other cities in Florida, you actually saw the words: Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa, all promising. And guess what? They love business. They love this business. I don't care about California. You can stay regulated. Start with one here to understand the business, to get it, and then move on where you can use your money even more. You can go to Tampa. You said you had $100,000 saved. Just say you do. You can go out there, Pin Zone, right now, bro. And I'm not even kidding. Go probably pick up probably 70 rentals right now.
With the 100.
And the average rental in Florida, my buddy has rentals in Florida. He does about 1,300 and some change. So imagine 70 times 1,300 a month, right? I don't know. I'm not a mathematician, but I believe that was at 91K. Make sure I'm right.
What did you say? 1,300?
1,300 times 70 rentals. You could be at 90 grand, a millionaire overnight right now. Not even kidding. Florida is all for Airbnb rentals. They love it. Orlando loves it. Tampa loves it. Fort Lauderdale, Naples in Florida. I'm giving you guys a blueprint of areas. And if California is not popping, peace. It's all good. And guess what? The labor's cheaper in Texas. The labor's cheaper in Florida. The labor's cheaper in Arizona. You deal with good ass people, right? And that's what I'm about. I have rentals in Texas. I have rentals in Arizona. Okay. I have rentals in Atlanta, Georgia. Also promising. Midtown Atlanta is really good. I have rentals in Atlanta, and it's all operates without me. And the way it operates without me is I have a project manager. I have one person who checks out all my doors in that area every single time there's a vacancy in the rental. When it's not booked, checking under the bed every day, sending us videos, pictures, and we fire people, right? I'm about firing people. If they're not doing their job, they got to go, right? And that's one thing that takes it off of me. I only talk to 5 project managers a day. That's how my business works. And my 5 areas I operate in: California, Arizona, Atlanta, and Texas, and Mexico. And my lady pretty much
Mexico.
we have rentals. We have 40 rentals in Rosarito. We have in Puerto Peñasco, we have 12. In Mexico City, we have 3. So we're in Mexico too. So, and our project managers, I'm not really like fluent in Spanish. My lady operates that business. And she does very good. Mexico's promising too. Shit. Mexico's good.
All right, man. Those were Mexico, all those areas. Nice, man. Good info. Couple last questions, my man. So you touched on your wife. How is your lady involved in your business?
Oh man, it's number one. Let me tell you real quick, man, without Mark De Vega, man, I would not be here. I'm gonna be very clear. Bro.
Why is that? Why do you say that?
Man, she's been here, bro. She's always given me the best advice, bro, and I never took it.
Sounds
she's
like
always been involved in my business. She said you should build a personal brand. Never listen. I built a personal brand. I've never bought followers in my life, bro. On my Instagram, I've never bought no followers. They've all came because content and other sites have promoted me, right? And she's like, you should create your personal brand. And it just blew up. I got invited to all these podcasts with you, right? For years, she's been telling me this. Without her, bro, and her having those jobs while I was trying to make these businesses work, I would not be here. She can't believe in me. She saw, I see something bigger than where you're at. And that, bro, is forever in my heart, bro. And I told her, look, I'm going to build a business around you, for you, that you just handle. And she handles all of Mexico, bro, and handles it well, and growth. She got me those investors, bro.
Wow.
She got me those investors. She gets me on these podcasts, bro. All the podcasts I'm on, except you reaching out, she's got me on them. She's got me on podcasts. She's got me, access to investors that would never talk to me, right? But they trust me, because I showed them my business. But without her, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I would have given up a long time ago and still be broke in my grandma's house, bro, without Martha.
Mm.
And that's all facts, bro. No cap.
Beautiful, man. That's powerful right there, man. Because once you have that support and somebody that's pouring into you and is believing in you, even when you don't believe in yourself at that moment, that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you going. That's powerful right there, man.
You know what? And that's, what's crazy, bro. In all realness, dude, without the money, without all the stuff, my nice ass cars, I have nice cars in front of my garage. I don't even drive them half the time. And without the love, bro, none of it matters, dude. Without the family, bro, can you imagine yourself without your kids, bro?
Yeah, I know.
It's weird. I did the single. That was, a couple years ago. I was with the most beautiful woman in the world. Beautiful, right? It don't matter to me, bro. I like this life more than anything.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what's up, my man. Awesome, brother. Well, let me see. I have one more right here, man. So yeah, we touched on the best states. Again, man, if you guys didn't get a notepad in a pen to take copious notes, Chris literally laid down the blueprint, man. He talked about, again, this gentleman is investing over $200,000 in himself so he could blow up his personal brand. Talk about leverage, right?
Oh, yeah.
Scare money don't make money, man. Scare money don't make money. So he's betting everything on the line on himself, man. And when you do that, man, there's something so powerful. And I think entrepreneurs, that's a gift that we have, that when you bet on yourself, like you'll find a way. You'll find a way, because everything else is going to get out of the way if you become obsessed with what you want. Chris became obsessed with what he wanted, right? He had the support. He took the entrepreneurship mindset and he ran with it, right? A lot of people have it, but they don't run with it, right? Because they're afraid of falling and scraping their knees. This guy, he's like, I don't give a shit, right? Get rich or die trying.
Hell yeah.
And now he's now it's not about him, man. Like now he's contributing. He's helping people's families, man. That you talked about, that how you're helping out your employees, paying off the rent. That's powerful, my man. That talks volume about you, man. That's right there, my brother. So I commend you for that. So again, last thing, brother, how can people get a hold of you? How can they reach out to you? And I'm just going to throw it out there, man. I usually do events like every year. I would love to have you one of the keynote speaker, man, bringing some massive value on Airbnb. Absolutely. I usually pack a room of 100, 200 people, of entrepreneurs, people that are killing it in business. And again, association, man, the people that you associate yourself matters, man. You don't want to hang around with pigeons. You want to hang around with eagles, man, because you have to
got the
man.
Let's go. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that, man. That's my saying, man. I love that. Man, I'm ready. Man, the keynote needs to happen. The people need to hear this message. This is going to be, I'm going to tell you right now, man, this is going to be the most watched podcast on Apple podcast in the history, bro. On every podcast, this Unleash Your Power, they're gonna be like, wow, these dudes brought the heat. They come from the real place where I come from. They made something of themselves. And you know what? I'm going to the bank with them, right? We're gonna go. Look, if people want to find me, it's at Get Chris Thomas, GET Chris Thomas, on every platform, you name it, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're on, whatever you TikTok, you want to stay connected with me, it's at Get Chris Thomas. I'm super jazzed up to be your mentor here in 2021. And absolutely, I'm not paying their rent. Imagine the lives that I'm impacting, these mentees that I have, their lives that I'm impacting, right? Over 700 people, lives I've impacted, individually impacted, of course. And we're taking the time to change their lives, to get them access to capital, having them understand financial statements, understand how to grow a business to eventually replace or supplement their income step by step, individually. And you know what? We'll even build your business for you 100% without you having to pick up anything except signing your name on a dotted line. We even do that, right? That's how much I care for the people. That's what I know the people want. And that's why I'm here today to tell you that within the next year, within the next year, name it, this time next year, I will have over 20,000 plus Airbnb rentals here, US and Mexico. Count it.
Wow. Declaration right there, man. Speaking it into existence right there. That's what I'm talking about, Chris. That's what I'm talking about right there. One last question, my man, before we end it up, man, because like you've been talking about, a lot of corporate companies are looking for guys like you, man, that already have a big portfolio. Is that going to be a challenge for people that are getting started in the Airbnb business?
No, like I said, you want to start with single family residencies.
Gotcha.
You want to start with landlords and owners. Build up your resume there. Once you build that's where I talked about where people fail. They try to go to these large institutional corporations, and they're going to fail every time. You want to go to single family residencies at first to start the business, right? So you start there, build up the resume with 3 to 5 rentals. Once you have that built, then you transition into the bigger, larger institutional buildings.
Beautiful, man. Then once you have your website, everything going, you have a platform where they could go and search for you, because again, now with social media, everybody's going to be looking for you, man. So you got to have all those things in place in order to start attacking those big corporate contracts, right?
You nailed it. Yeah, that's exactly it. You want to have a corporation, where people can look you up. You want to have a website. You can get that done on Fiverr.com. You want to have a professional email address. That's through Google Workspace. You can have a professional phone number for free through Google Voice. And the best part about this is that then you can start building your business credit, getting access to lenders and all that stuff. But not only that, looking good to a potential landlord or owner when they look up your business on Duns and Bradstreet. Okay. So get your name listed on Duns and Bradstreet, get your EIN, get all that stuff, make it look professional, not like you're renting out of your garage, and make this look like it's larger than what it is. And go in there with the mentality and just say, hey, I'm ready to start this business. Your property is perfect for what I'm trying to do. Let's get started. Your property be in good condition. Start with single family residencies. Once you have 3 built up, transition into those larger buildings, because now you have the financial statements to prove it, right? That you're making some good income off of those rentals, because all they want to see is gross, right? Once you're making, $12,000, $10,000 to $12,000 a month, transition into those bigger buildings. And then you're making $20,000 to $30,000 a month.
Bam! There you have it, guys. He just brought even more fire at the end, man. Get the corporate, get the email, professional phone number, build your credit, get that relationship with landlords, create that EIN number so you can have everything legit. So again, you're a business, right? You got to grow that business. You got to grow that business. You're a businessman, but at the same time, you're a business. You're an entity of its own. So let's grow that business. And hey, Chris, thank you, my man, because I learned tremendously. And this is something that, again, offline, we're going to talk about it, because this is something that I'm going to start transitioning. I want my wife to do this, right?
Oh, nice.
My wife is at home. We have 3 beautiful kids. We have an 8-month-old baby, an 11, a 13-year-old. And I'm right now building my solar business. I want to use that capital to leverage it.
Let your wife handle it, bro. It's a good business for it.
Yeah. And she loves staging, man. She's phenomenal at all that. She knows how to pick stuff. So leverage right there, my man. Come on.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, man. She's ready to go, man. Wife is ready. Yeah. I bet wifey's like, let's go. Is she in the room right now?
No, she's not in. No, she's not here right now. But yeah, man, I told her, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have Chris tomorrow. I was talking to her yesterday. I'm like, I'm gonna have Chris on the podcast. We're gonna learn tremendously. We're gonna start attacking this, man, because we get to do it, man.
I need you and Mrs. Benzone to be absolutely thriving with this, bro.
Absolutely, man. I want to be one of those testimonials, man. And when I take action, my man.
I know you do. I know you do.
I run with it.
There's no doubt, man.
Awesome, guys. Well, hope you guys got amazing value with this podcast. Make sure that you guys reach out. If you guys like this podcast, make sure that you guys click the like button, subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be having more people that are going to be coming on board, sharing their valuable information, their stories. And again, I just want to show you examples of people that are in the same shoes as you and I, man. If they could do it, we all can do it. It's just, again, associating yourself with the right people, putting systems in place where you're going to be successful. Again, if you put systems in place, you're going to set yourself up for success. But surrounding yourself with the right environment, with the right people that are going to cut your time in half, that's how you speed up process. And success loves speed. So if you're not speeding up, man, you're falling behind, especially in today's world, man. You're going to be left behind if you don't speed up. So you want to associate yourself with those people that are going to take it, man. Do you You want to get on that Civic or you want to get on that Ferrari or that Lambo? Which one's going to take you there faster, man? You want to speed up the process, right? So
100%, man. 100%. See, Penzone's on fire. Look, you don't need to look anywhere else. There's no other podcast that you need to listen to, watch right now. The only one and the only one right now that you should be listening to is Unleash Your Power. I'm telling you right now, man, if I could do it, my back against the wall, came from EBT welfare, did that whole jazz, went to juvenile institutions, in and out. I went on the Unleash Your podcast. And I'm telling you right now, if I can do it, you can do it. And it all takes right now by sticking around, liking this channel, subscribing to this channel, and making sure you stay connected to Mr. Penzone right here. Because I'm telling you, there's nobody on this planet that can get you connected to the most powerful people right now in real estate and success and entrepreneurship than Jeffrey Penzone.
Let's go, baby, man. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you for taking the time, man. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, brother, man. That was awesome. That was lit.
Heck yeah, man. I got this guy blowing up my phone.
Hey, thank you, brother. I know we went a little over, but thank you.
It's all good.